A three-year college player who spent most of his time in the Ivy League doesn't typically get drafted in the first round, especially when they're deemed as not super athletic and only shot 34% from three. So why was Danny Wolf drafted at 27th overall? He's not your average 7-footer. He's a 7-foot point guard. He has maybe the smoothest in-game handle and fluidity I've ever seen as a guy that tall coming out of college. If you want to say Kevin Durant is a 7-footer, then I'll give up that he has a better handle. But what we saw from Wolf is special. He was very confident with the ball in his hands for Michigan last season. I mean, he's going behind his back in traffic. It's absurd. He's also a great passer. It's not just the handle. His 22.8 assist percentage was 17th in the Big Ten last season, the only player taller than 6'8" to crack the top 20. The ability to feed the ball to shot makers like Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas should have his assist totals skyrocketing in year one. He was a 0-star recruit coming out of high school and didn't even really crack Yale's rotation as a freshman, at only 7 minutes per game. But after a breakout sophomore year and transferring to Michigan, he was all Big Ten in year 3. The growth in such a short amount of time is absurd, and I think it's just the beginning. His biggest weakness right now is the three-point shooting at just 34%, which is low for someone who often has the ball in their hands. It would be solid if he was a traditional 7-footer, but he very obviously is not. But if the reports are true that he was lighting it up from deep in pre-draft workouts, then we are looking at a monster on the offensive side of the ball. Other bigs with point guard-esque skills like Alperen Sengun, who shot below 25% from three last year, and Domantas Sabonis, who is a career 34% three-point shooter, are also often non-spacers. We've seen that alone work. But the peak of that archetype, Nikola Jokic, shot 42% from three last year, making him essentially unguardable. If Wolf can even sniff that level of efficiency from deep, we're looking at an all-NBA level talent. Wolf doesn't have the post-game that Jokic does, but may be even more confident off the dribble, which is insane. I've seen some hate on the pick, but that just makes no sense to me. I had Wolf ranked as the 16th best player in the draft, and my composite stat ranking had him 9th. It was an insane value at 27. Danny Wolf is the steal of the NBA draft. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get more into the most unique player in this draft class, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Danny Wolf took a leap of faith when he decided to transfer from Yale to Michigan. He wanted to show he could thrive on the perimeter. He wanted to show he could compete with the best in the Big Ten. He wanted to show he had the tools to play in the NBA. He did all that, and then some. Last Wednesday night, that bet paid off as the Brooklyn Nets selected Wolf with the 27th overall pick in the NBA draft. "It's a dream come true," Wolf said, fighting back emotion on the ESPN broadcast. "It's hard to put into words. I worked so hard to get here." Not bad for an unranked, overlooked high school prospect out of Illinois who struggled through a tough freshman year in college. After a breakout sophomore season at Yale, Danny Wolf entered the transfer portal, landed at his dream school, and quickly became one of the most impactful transfers in the country. A 7-footer with the skill set of a guard, Wolf made the jump from the Ivy League to the Big Ten look effortless. He elevated Michigan's offense with his unique playmaking ability and developed a dynamic pick-and-roll partnership with fellow big man Vlad Golden. In his lone season at Michigan, Danny Wolf turned heads with his smooth ball handling, sharp passing, and step-back jumpers. He averaged 13 points and a Big Ten leading 9.7 rebounds per game, while setting career highs in assists and field goal percentage. His 15 double-doubles tied for the most in the conference. Wolf earned all Big Ten second-team honors and was named a finalist for the Karl Malone Power Forward of the Year award. While he struggled at times with turnovers and still has room to grow as a defender and shooter at just 34% from 3 and 59% from the line, his ability to create offense and run ball screens at 7 feet tall made him an intriguing prospect for NBA teams. At 21 years old, Danny Wolf now joins a wave of young talent headed to a rebuilding Brooklyn Nets team that went 26-56 last season and missed the playoffs for the second straight year. He rounds out a first-round class that also features 3 guards, BYU's Yegor Demin, France's Nolan Traore, and Israel's Ben Serif, along with North Carolina wing Drake Powell. After betting on himself once and delivering at Michigan, Wolf is ready to rise to the challenge again, this time at the NBA level. "Everything I've done is predicated on hard work," Wolf told NBA TV. "Nothing comes easy in basketball. I've earned everything so far, and I'm excited to be in Brooklyn to keep doing the things that got me here, and to keep pushing toward what I want to accomplish in this league. And I think he'll accomplish it. We don't see players like this at his height come around often, and I think he's the steal of this draft." Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.